Hello everyone. I'm going to talk to you today about what I call storyboards. I consider it to be sort of an alternative to Handouts and Roll20, and I think it's a pretty powerful tool for telling stories, especially if you have like an epilogue or some kind of monologue or just kind of a cut scene in between your standard dungeon crawls or what have you. So it's useful for things like journeying through a forest or transitioning from one location to another, or in my case, I'm going to be using it for kind of a dream trance that the party is going to be engaged in when they encounter the goddess Desna. And so let me just kind of show you here. The Fog of War is on this map. So if I move my example player over here, they can only see black. So this is a nice backdrop on which to display these things. And so I'll just click art on the layer that I want, and I'll hit shift+z, and that will show it to the player, and it will show up in the dimensions that the image is saved under. So it doesn't matter how much I stretch this picture one way or another, it will always come up. Like, obviously this one's square, but when I showed it, it's not. And this one's square, but when I showed it, it's not. So you can keep running through this a bit like a slideshow, and just showing each thing to your players as you move along. I'm not sure what Roll20 must have had a little bit of a delay there, but so that's a storyboard. Obviously, I have some notes that I can kind of spin off of when I'm telling the story, and that's useful as well. So just try not to think of Roll20 as just a tabletop. You can do other things with it. It is a pretty powerful tool when it's working right. I do think it's better than Handouts in a lot of ways, at least for this type of thing. If it's going to be something the players need to reference later, a handout is probably more useful to them just because they can go back and look at it. But this kind of thing is nice if you want to create more of a narrative experience, I think. So yeah, have fun.